Indépendant.
Indépendant.
Net.
But yeah, because you're doing all the work.
No. Net 250. What was the initial investment?
Who's working?
What's the initial investment?
Zero.
Zero? Impossible.
50,000.
No, that's not happening.
Okay, the rate went down.
Yeah.
What happened this morning? 9:45. I was on my computer. I was watching this with a lot of
Passion?
a lot of emotion because we've been talking about the rate going down. The rate going down. Inflation. This unemployment rate is down.
Yeah.
So excited about it. But really, in the end, is it going to make a big impact? So the bank, the central bank, reduced by 0.25
basis points. Yeah.
How is that going to impact anything?
I don't think it's going to impact much, honestly, from the very beginning. I think that the banks take time in order for them to like wheel the thing in a little bit. But what it does is that it's going to give people hope in thinking that it's going to continue on. And I think
God
that
knows we need hope. It's not about hope. It's not just that, Mike.
Yeah.
I think it's also just the fact that we're talking about the rate going down. That's going to maybe nudge some people.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to have a major life-changing event in the next few months, but
I think also
it's the start of a conversation.
Yeah, the banks were ready for it. I think that they already adjusted themselves pretty much. You might see a little bit of a difference, but not much. That'll happen over time. I think that if we continue the same way that we're continuing and we continue to keep things stable, maybe we'll look at another cut, maybe before the end of the year, at the beginning of next year, which actually means that we could have 2025 be a really
Well, we're gonna make this year a really good year, no matter what.
Yeah, but I mean, the curve is moving in the right direction.
It's what I think it is. I'm gonna agree with what you're saying. Is that it's gonna be just a bit of win, a tad more win in our sales.
Yeah, 100%.
If you want to agree with this kind of an expression.
100%. I agree with you.
So every Wednesday, what do? We talk about new listings here at Meller Group. We have another 41 new listings since last Wednesday, which.
Yeah.
The week before, if you didn't watch, it was 40 new listings. Out of the 41 this week, we've got 17 that are actual properties for sale. The other 24 are rentals, varying from a few $1,000s all the way to $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. So if that's something you're looking for, go to our website, mellergroup.ca. You'll have all the website, the listings, the new listings, and the brokers who have them for sale at your disposal. Let's start with our friend Alec, who just listed a nice property here. Mike, if you want to give us a brief description as we look at the visual.
Of course.
Because you're always the guy that's ready, the first ready to do this.
Of course. So we have our gentleman, Alec Rafa, that has 1451 Rue Partenaire, apartment 12, or should I say 012, however you want to look at it, in the Ville-Marie area at $379,000. It's a beautiful condo. I think very modern looking. We're looking at a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 836 square feet, built in 2007. So it's something that's not too old, pretty modern. And, I think it's something to look into.
Go check it out if this is something that you're looking for. We have another one now. We're going to move to Laval, St. Rose area from Camellia Fati.
Yeah, so we're looking at, let me see. Is that Camellia Fati really? Because mine is different. I have Chantal for some reason. Does that make sense?
That's why we get ready, Mike. We're always ready here. I see here 467 the listing price. We have a condo in Sainte Rose, Rue des Grebes. It's a fairly new looking condo with a lot to say about the property. You know what we're going to do? We're going to move to the next one. But before we do that, I want to go into some of the statistics I pulled, because last week I was giving you statistics about the Greater Montreal.
Yeah.
But this week I pulled for the whole province of Quebec.
Yeah.
And one thing that kind of blew my mind, I wasn't expecting this, and we're looking at it right now on the screen. If you look at the pale blue, gives you last year's results for the number of monthly residential sales. So last year compared to this year, pale blue being 2023. So you see January, February, March, April, and look at May. So for the previous over last year, you see?
Yeah.
The dark blue is this year. But May, what happened in May?
Well,
flat, same as last year.
You want to know what I think?
How do we explain that?
I explain it. I think that everybody was expecting the interest. It's all speculative. They expected the interest rates to come down. People got ready, hustled, bustled, and then all of a sudden, rejection. So then they're like, oh, let's hold back a little
I
bit.
mean, rejection meaning they didn't bring the
They
rate down?
didn't bring the rate down. So then now everybody like held back. Now we're going to see what's going to happen the next month and the month after. But and again, the season is, you got the vacation season coming up. So that might be a little bit of a slowdown. But
Well, I sure hope not. But and then when you look at June, July, and the rest of the year, it's pretty low last year. But again, you have to remember that last year was one of the worst years in number of transactions I've ever seen in 23 years. So that would explain it. I think June's going to go much higher than last year in number of transactions. What we're going to also look at, or should look at, is the volume of sales. So if you look at your screen, I'm putting up the volume per month.
Yeah.
That's up though for May,
Yeah.
3% over last year, which makes sense.
I expected it to happen because, like you said before, you said that you looked at the beginning of the year and everything pushing over, and I think that the reason why May is a little bit higher in terms of sales is that even though people were interested in properties, it takes a number of time before we go to the notary. So this may be sales that were pushed in February that right now we're getting the impact of it.
Mike, sometimes you make a lot of sense, and that's one of those times. If we keep going, go back to the new listings. We're going to go to Ville Saint-Laurent. This is where you saw Chantal.
That's correct. So I saw Chantal Melky, Miss Chantal Melky at 750 Boulevard Montpellier, apartment 1003. So we're looking at a condo at $355,000, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 890 square feet, built in 1977. Don't get fooled about the year. Those years, they used a lot of good materials in building those buildings. So I know that when you had a condo, you really had a condo. You weren't able to hear the neighbor next door.
Maybe you're looking for a little studio.
Possibly.
Something not too big, but very nice. Look at this, 825 Boulevard René Lévesque Est, apartment 209, listing by Samuel Demers and Marie-Yvonne Pain.
That's correct.
It's a nice, cute little 1-bedroom studio, 620 square feet.
They really have beautiful listings, them too. Huh?
They certainly do,
Crazy.
and that's why they have the success that they have.
Yeah.
Mike, thank you for bringing that up. If we keep on going, Le Sud-Ouest on 50 Rue Bédard, apartment 407, another more modern looking unit though. This must have been built, there's 20 years ago, 656 square feet. What do you think of that?
469,000. Miss Carly Friedman holding that, 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Very good for your pied-à-terre in the city. So 656 square feet, and also comes with a parking. So it is something that you should look after if you know somebody that might be interested.
I don't know, but if you look, you see Carly, you see Marie-Yvonne, you see the same names back every week. If you keep following, every Wednesday we have the new listings. You'll see there's some commonality here.
Consistency. You say it all the time. It's consistency.
And also, I have to say, Camellia, the names that you see are all brokers that mostly have office space.
And they spend time
I
in the
keep
office.
saying it. It's important to be in the right environment to get the business, and you have the proof right here.
Yeah.
If we keep on going, we have Villeray, Saint-Michel, pardon.
That's right. 7230 Rue Alexandra, apartment 310 in Montreal. We have Miss Veronica Cotrutz, which happens to be one of our Miller Group team mentorship members. So she's doing very well these days. Getting more than one transaction.
Yeah. She's on our team, our mentorship team.
So right now she does have a condo available at $599,000. That is 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom at 796 square feet, built in 2015. So something that's fairly recent in the Mile X region.
It's not just residential properties that we have at Miller Group. We have some commercial properties also and businesses. We have a good example here with the Dollarama from our broker, Lily Lee. It's the building and the business, asking $1.85 million. We have not too much to show here because it's a commercial space, but you all know Dollaramas, Mike.
Yeah, they do very well for themselves, I must add. I am.
I think that should be a good investment. You should own a Dollarama.
Well, you know, there was a time where you couldn't actually buy a franchise.
Yeah.
Years ago, where they kept everything corporate. So I'm actually surprised that they're making it available now. I think it's a very good investment.
I think it's a great idea. Whoever started the Dollarama.
Yeah.
I'd love to get to meet them and get to pick their brain on how the idea came about. So maybe one day. Stay tuned. 420 Avenue Benny. Apartment A305.
Yeah, so that's 4020 Avenue Benny, apartment 305 in Côte-des-Neiges, Notre-Dame-de-Grâce area. We're talking about $765,000. Now we're looking at a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,500 square feet, ladies and gentlemen. It's the size of 2 apartments nowadays, built in 2009. So we're looking at a loft-style contemporary condo on 2 floors. So if it's something that you know that you've got that client that could be interested in something like that, don't pass it by because it doesn't come very often. That's Mr. Serge Gabriel and Kamal Patel that have that. So if you need more information regarding that, we urge you to get in contact with them.
And again, Serge Gabriel, you'll see that name every week,
Over
I'm
and
sure.
over.
Keep your eye up. I want to show you something here. I pulled out the numbers of active listing for the last 5 years.
Yes.
I showed you this last week, but it was for the greater Montreal area. Right now, we're looking at the whole province of Quebec. So if you look, 2024 is going to be right over here. We're at 63,000 listings in inventory. If we move back to 2019, 80,000. So we're still not back to where we were in 2019, which 2019 was a great year.
But I want to add to that. Would you turn around and say that at this point, in terms of brokers, and let's not take it to a fact that we understand that the interest rate did play a role, but do you think that the number of brokers that we've had in 2019 compared to the number of brokers that we have now, did that affect that number?
I was not paying attention to nothing that you said, Mike. Do you think that number of brokers has an impact on that?
Well, I would think at some degree.
There must be some correlation. Could you give us some numbers? Do we have some numbers?
Well, look, right now we do look at, and did you know that right now in Quebec, we are sitting at approximately 17,000 license holders right now in Quebec. Were you aware of that?
You are blowing my mind, Mike.
No, I'm serious. So I think it was surprising to me because a lot of people didn't know that. We're looking at 16,981 people with an actual license. So now, would they have a license? Are they with a banner? Are they not with a banner? Are they independents? Are they just hanging their license? We don't know.
And that has an impact on you. You're saying on
it
the number of
definitely has
listings.
Well,
what's the number of 2019 number of brokers?
I have no idea.
Well, you should find out.
Yeah, I'll definitely go.
And we're going to get back to you on that. Maybe Friday we can do that. Remember, Friday we do the open houses for the upcoming weekend. So tune in, 2 o'clock.
Another thing I want to ask you, in your opinion.
Go ahead, Mike.
How many men versus women have their license in real estate? In your opinion, don't cheat.
Okay. No, that's fair. I'm sure there's more men than women. Now, that's not what it was though 23 years ago. But today, I'm sure there's more men than women. I'm going to tell you.
So how was it 23 years ago?
I think it was the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's what it is. The age group has now lowered.
Okay.
There's more and more. Well, you've all seen it on social media, obviously, but on TV also. The lifestyle, the cars, the jets, the what Mike got into real estate for, and that attracts more males than females, and that's why I would say and bet money that there's more male than female.
There is.
What's the percentage?
It's actually 55.1 male versus 44.9 female.
But I thought it would have been more than that. But it's still
a pretty interesting statistic that.
Let's go back to our properties because we got a lot to cover here. We're at probably the 4th, 5th, 7th listing. We're gonna go back to Union. This must be
1188 Avenue Union. That's apartment 1610. That's in the Ville-Marie area, Central West to be more precise. We're looking at $428,000. So we're looking at 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 504 square feet, built in 2018. This also is being by Mr. Nesreva, one of our really good brokers, very active in the city. And I'm not surprised.
We don't just cover the island of Montreal. We're everywhere. We have brokers across the province. And here's a good example. Brigitte Proux, one of our brokers from the downtown office in Westmount. Nice property in Terrebonne. Go for it, Mike. Take it away.
So we're looking at 1575 Rue Chiasson in Terrebonne in the neighborhood of Saint-Louis, Hauteville. 479,500. And of course, that's 3 bedroom, 1 in the basement, and 2 bathrooms. So that was built in 1975, a bungalow detached, 6,200 square feet. So the basement is 6 feet or more. So we're talking about basements, especially houses that were built before.
Everybody's wondering about the basement. Mike's so happy you brought that up. Let's keep on trucking along because we've got a lot to cover. Another property from Samuel Demers and Marie-Yvonne Paint for 4030 Chemin McDougall, Ville-Marie. A beautiful one, 2.2 million.
4 bedrooms,
look at
2
the pictures,
bathrooms,
Mike.
1
Look at
powder.
the pictures.
Beautiful.
Mind-blowing.
Beautiful.
Mind-blowing.
Beautiful.
Check that out.
Like,
expand on the basement, please.
and we're talking about 2 parking spots. I love cars, so
That's true.
parking spots are, and the basement 6 feet and up. So we're looking at something that could be definitely great. And I mean, listen, this was built in 1983, and when you look at it, it looks like it was built today. I mean, they did some renos in there. It's just spectacular. I would definitely invite you to take a look at it.
If we keep on going, Côte des Neiges, Notre-Dame-de-Grâce area, we've got 54, 52 Place Grove Hill with Julien Baumier. A beautiful a brick, property, 14 rooms. We're going to keep going here because we're
running out of time.
We've got the
5 Place Monk in Montreal.
That's
Il
where I
Bazar, that's where you're at. $2.850 million.
Actually, that's right beside, well, not right beside, but very close to my property. Yep.
6 bedrooms, 2 in the basement, 4 bathrooms, 1 powder room, built in 1987. Now, the driveway may allow up to 12 vehicles. For those who are passionate about cars, this definitely would be something for you. The lot area is 65,684 square feet. It's not small. An in-ground pool. How big is your lot?
It's in the ballpark of the 50,000. It's 2 acres, so it's about the same size. Beautiful place in the sense of it's very quiet.
And it's located on the lake, mind you. Something that you can navigate, body of water. So it's something that you should definitely look at.
Another property from Marie-Yvonne and Samuel Demers, as well as Martin Bolini, one of our brokers from the global office. If we keep going, we've got Boulevard Grand in Montreal for $729,000. Brand new listing. Looks like there's some renos in there. This is from our broker. I don't know who the broker is on that one. Mike, maybe you got the stats on that?
I don't see that one for some reason.
We're going to keep on trucking along. We've got 2195 Avenue Regent, apartment 4.
That's correct. And that's by Mr. Serge Gabriel once again. You
I
see how
told
these
you.
names keep coming up over and over again? Over and over again. It's not a coincidence.
If you keep going, we've got 64 Promenade Courtney, Montreal West. A nice, cute little property for $725,000.
The McGuigan family.
Been in business, been in real estate for
very
many
long time.
It's a family tradition. Tim picking up from where the family left off. Great broker, wealth of knowledge.
And following through, we got 121 Rue Chatillon in DDO, central part of DDO, for $1,099,000, and that's no other than Miss Laura Diane.
Let's finish off, Mike, with some last important statistics to know. This is across the province of Quebec. I showed you the Montreal one last week.
Absolutely.
If we go back to median price, median meaning right in the middle, not the average, but the middle.
Right.
We're at 416 for 2024. Just 5 years ago, we were at 260. So if you're thinking of selling, if you're anywhere in the province of Quebec, this is a good foundation.
And what does that say in terms of?
I love the way Mike just...
No, but I just want to say, because we were talking about something off the air earlier about you being able to make an investment and look at the equity just go up. That's a double right there.
It's almost a double, Mike.
Yeah.
It would have been closer to 510, 20 if it was double. But yes, you're right. I think real estate is a great investment for anybody that's looking to get into the game of buying real estate. Go to mellergroup.ca, check us out, check all of our brokers, pick one that you think is the best fit for you. We cover every area in the province of Quebec. That's why we're sharing these numbers with you. And by the way, for those that are brokers out there, share this information with your clients.
Absolutely.
Go in. I was telling this to our mentorship group that we do, the team, the Meller Group team. I said, look, take the content, repurpose it, share it.
100%.
It's yours.
It's yours.
It's public.
You've got to share it.
We see you tonight at John Abbott College. For those future brokers out there, we're going to be there for a few hours giving a talk on who we are, what we do.
You know what? If you're in the area, you just want to stop by and say hello. I mean, by all means, don't be shy.
And to close off, what an event it was on Thursday of last week.
Spectacular.
I can't believe we pulled that off in 2 weeks, and we got some great content.
I believe it.
Yes, you do, Mike. You do believe it.
I believe it. And I'll tell you why I believe it. Because
tell us.
Honestly, I don't want to toot my own horn, or it sends horn for that, but we have
you can toot mine.
That didn't sound right.
No, it didn't.
But we have an incredible team here, and we work extremely hard, and sometimes it might not see on face value, but the results that we have is not an accident. I mean, we keep pushing, And honestly, at the end of the day, the results are usually there. So, we just got to keep going to where we're going, and we can bring you to the same destination if you're interested. So I would suggest getting in contact with us if you want to push your business to the next level.
So we, the team, the marketing team, Jay, Mateo, everybody in the marketing branding department, we put a nice compilation of what took place on Thursday. Let's watch it quickly for a second.
Sure.
You're looking for, or if you have a client, please reach out to Marie-Yvonne Paint and live a beautiful life.
Have a great evening, everyone.